Stormy Friday afternoon heading into Memorial Day. Hope you have safe plans. This weekend, we've talked about the weather quite a bit tonight. Just some residual rain out there from what was a stormy day earlier today, even a potential tornado touchdown near Vance today. That was caught on camera, and it was on the ground for a minute. There's another photograph of an updraft, like a little mini supercell near Huntsville. I think that was just a little while ago on the radar. So the atmosphere has that capability. It's not one of those. It's not one of those weather events through the weekend that's high on the tornado end, but the possibility that is there. So just letting you know about that. Tapco of Birmingham, let's talk. Y'all got some kind of ride. You got a car, you got a truck, you got an SUV, and nowadays it's harder to do work on those things than it was back in the day. It's almost like a source of pride to work on your car, but they're just so technologically advanced. Rolling computers, they pack everything in there. You can't even get your hands in there and get to it. You got to be really have the latest diagnostic tools and tools themselves to get to some of these things, and of course the experience to kind of know what you're looking at from the get go. You could spend hours chasing ghosts with all those computer sensors. Michael down at Tapco has got a cutting edge shop. These guys are square dealers. They take a lot of pride in doing things right, giving you the truth, getting things fixed, being efficient about their time, even giving you a courtesy ride back to work if you want to drop it off for the day within reason if they're downtown Birmingham. So if it's close enough, they'll run you back to work and get to work on your car and do that kind of concierge service. If you want to just hang out in their lobby and wait, they've got a nice professional setup down there. Here's the deal. We all need a good mechanic and service center in our life. We need somebody that we trust in case something does go wrong at the last minute. And then you're fishing around trying to find somebody. You can't always count on the dealers either. They stay so backed up with, they stay backed up with recalls. Listen, Tapco, T-A-P-C-O, downtown Birmingham, 6th Avenue South. Michael right now is offering 10% off their services too. Drop my name and get 10%, even off just service work. If you just want to get on the list and start doing your oil changes and your tire rotations and all the stuff you need, the basic stuff down there, then you're in the system. Then when that weird light comes on or something starts sounding funny, you can get it down to Tapco and let them check it out for you. If you're in business and you have a fleet of vehicles, and there are a lot of folks that have that kind of setup, let them be your fleet manager too. They are really, really good at that and do it for many businesses, including the state of Alabama. They're that good. They take a lot of their Leah vehicles down there to keep them on the road. Man, they punish those things. It's Tapco. They're on 6th, very near Iron City, where we were this time last week. Just go get to know Michael and his team and work with the best in the business. TAPCO, Tapco, Birmingham. Man, it's breezy outside. I'm looking out at the window open. We put the shade up in here to kind of create better lighting conditions for these cameras. But sometimes, AJ, I got to see. So I opened the window, and it really was getting on it a second ago. Going to be like that again. I think we talked about that quite a bit through the weekend.
Can we change that whole saying, April showers bring May flowers?
I know, that's for Northerners.
Yeah, because here in the South is May showers bring more rain.
Tornadoes.
More nados.
Yeah, look, there's no tornado threat. People will hear that and think there's a tornado threat, but it is going to be a little dicey this weekend and kind of inclement, so work around it. Let me see, what can we do? Let me go back to Tulsi Gabbard for a minute. That's one of the bigger stories in politics today. All of Washington's still kind of on this as they all head out of town and go home for Memorial Day. President's still on the job. Didn't even attend his son's wedding today because things are going down, and it could be a peace deal. It could be war. I don't know. There's even still so many rumors about military activity as it relates to Cuba. So keep your eye on the headlines this weekend. Could wind up with some news by the time we get back here on Tuesday. But one of the bigger stories and sadder stories today is Tulsi Gabbard stepped down from her position as Director of National Intelligence. And there's some reporting, and naturally there would be, the way the media covers this administration, that she's being forced out. But what she said in the resignation letter, because there have been some tensions in her worldview, especially about the Iran situation, But what she said in her resignation letter, and there's no reason to disbelieve her, is that her husband has come down with some kind of rare and very dangerous form of bone cancer, and she needs to be with her family right now. It's a legit family crisis. She can't stay on that very intense job and also be a good spouse to her husband Abraham. I didn't know much about her spouse, other than there's videos of the two of them together. You know, they're both pretty young folks, and you hate to hear of a sudden tragedy like that. I don't know much about this particular disease, but they named the disease and talked about it in her resignation letter. So she's staying on till the end of June, and then you can expect the Trump team. I'm not sure there's any urgency to name a replacement over Memorial Day weekend, and I would suspect they knew this was coming and may have some people in mind. It's way too early to even entertain all that stuff. But yeah, that was kind of surprising news earlier today. Let me double check on this too. There was a session and I guess it's still going on. I'm looking to see if it ended. A federal courthouse session downtown Birmingham over the Voting Rights Act interpretation of our congressional districts. That has been going on this afternoon. I don't know if this judge, I think it's a 3-judge panel again, if they're going to rule expeditiously or sit on this through the holiday weekend. But the state is presented the old map, which was again thrown out by this same court. But now with the new Supreme Court ruling, that map's being reconsidered by the state. It's the one by which we're trying to operate to have this August 11th revote in the House congressional House seats. Honestly, I still maintain the legislature biffed on that in a big way. Again, no headlines or rulings coming out of the hearing, but the hearing is going on with all kind of sides arguing over the maps. The Democrats better be careful what they're asking for right now. If they get this map thrown out by design, they have to go redraw all of the districts, and that puts Terry Sewell's district in jeopardy. The way the Republicans want to do it right now, she gets to keep her seat. She gets to keep the district that's favorably drawn for her. But we'll see what's being presented to the courts. I don't have a lot of minute-to-minute testimony or anything like that today, as of course we're heading into a weekend. A lot of folks have already checked out of these stories. But that has been going on, and I'm sitting here sort of scrolling around through some of the news outlets here in town to see if they had broken up for the day, because it is 5:12. The thing about these federal courts is these guys can just keep going. These federal judges that are sitting up there, if they want to get something wrapped up and there's more testimony, they can keep them there as late as they want to. The judge is entirely in charge of those courtrooms, but we'll let you know if anything else develops on that front this afternoon. Let's see, what else are we missing? I think that's all the headlines. 545-9950. If y'all want to get on here, we'll talk about total randomness. We got UFO videos popping out all over the place. There was another dump of videos of close encounters. Do we still call it that? From the War Department today. That's got some of the internet buzzing and, of course, a lot of fake stuff going around. We had an interesting political, if you just tuned in, a little political skirmish earlier on the show that apparently had been bubbling around on the internet today. I think we pretty much got it settled here on this show. But the story went that Jared Hudson, in his normal stump speech, saying that Americans want a real godly Christian man to go represent them, the voters here in Alabama. The wife of his opponent took that to mean somehow that he was directing, you're not a good Christian, at his opponent, which he says he was not. So she popped off online and went after Jared Hudson for impugning the Christian character of her fine spouse. And Jared said he meant nothing of the sort, did not even mention her husband. So before I knew about this, we started talking about it because the internet was kind of popping locally with back and forth about people talking about who said what about who. And it's like a bunch of kindergartners in some ways, not the candidates, but online. Jared picked up the phone, called Barry Moore. They talked it out. Both understand there was no offense and direct insult meant. Seemed to be the end of it, but Jared didn't know that. So we're still talking about it in the afternoon. 1819's on it. Other outlets are on it. That's the way campaigns are. You got to stay on top of things. So he called in, talked directly to us, and said, look, I called Barry myself. We're good. I told him that I was not directing those comments. I would never do that to another Christian brother. In fact, he says they've prayed together before, which is an interesting phone call. So maybe that's just a bunch of internet hype. Y'all be careful. It's going to get nasty before we get done with it, and that's a shame as we head through the runoff in this Senate race. Here's Dexter on a cell phone. Well, let's go back to the phones. If y'all want to get in here and throw something at me. Man, I'm almost out of gas. My throat's going out. AJ, I'm about to lose my voice. I think I'm just getting old.
Get you a drink of some Brass Monkey.
I need some Brass Monkey. Is there a soul version of that, AJ, over here? We've been playing
Probably
AI.
so.
We've been playing fake songs in the bumpers today and having fun with that, too. Dexter, what you got,
Burn you
man?
every which way but loose.
What you got,
Question
Dexter?
for you. I remember here a while back, it's been maybe a year, you always were talking about that hurricane air purifier system.
Yeah.
You remember?
Oh, yeah. We had a service to clean that stuff out.
Yeah. Well, do you still use yours, or what was your opinion about it? Because I got an opportunity on two of them things. You plug up in your plug of your house,
Yeah.
and I wanted to know what your opinion was
Well, I
of
mean,
it after you've been using it for
the
a while.
system that we were promoting back then was a whole house system. It kind of works with your air exchanger on and filters your whole home, and that's a service that
this
was
is
being
what
done.
I'm talking about.
Yeah, and you're talking about the kind that you buy and sort of just put in a room and plug it to the wall, or one that goes to the whole
It
house.
plugs into the light you can put it in each room if you.
Oh,
you
I know
want
what
to,
you're talking
but
about. We had a brand on years ago that had this little wall plug unit. Yeah, that thing was pretty amazing. It was an air neutralizer.
It cuts all the molecules or whatever.
Yeah, well, it would knock smells down, which was pretty amazing. You could have a wet dog come in, and then suddenly it would deal with it, or a stinky room like a laundry room. Yeah, those things were pretty amazing. I still got mine. I don't know where it is in the house now. We used to move it around, but yeah, that was a pretty fun product. They haven't been on with us in years, so naturally we're not talking about them every day.
Well, I just happened to run across a couple of them, and that's why I said, well, I want to check with Leland, because I remember you talking about how you were impressed with the way it worked and everything.
Oh, yeah. I was skeptical and took it home, and I used it both in the house and the RV. RVs are tight spaces, and, smells can build up in there, too. You got dirty laundry that you have to keep from time to time for a little while till you can get it all reset. And so that thing was amazing in the RV as well.
It don't go to smelling like a gymnasium or whatever.
Oh, man, you don't want that.
Problem.
You do not want that.
I know. I don't make it. It doesn't make it smell like a gymnasium. You know how kids sweaty clothes and towels they throw around. You got grandkids running around in diapers and all that kind of stuff. But
it's
that's
nonstop.
I remembered you were talking about how good it was, and I wanted to just check with you first.
Yeah, I let one of my kids keep it down at their house. That was when we had the first grandbaby, and they put it near the diaper pail area or wherever they would throw all that stuff, and they loved it. It instantly helped them with that situation too. Yeah, I found it to be pretty effective.
Well, that's what I wanted to check and make sure what your opinion was on it. I thought you were talking highly of it.
Oh, yeah.
But I appreciate it, man.
Thank you, Dexter. I hope you have a good weekend, man, as people are off doing their things. Man, I'm sort of in trip mode. Can we just talk about travel for a little while? Sort of burn out on the knees. Where y'all going this year? I still get a lot of people reach out to me and want to talk about European travel and some of that stuff. I think folks are encouraged to do that. There's actually a pretty good exchange rate right now if you want to travel to a foreign country. But we can get into that later. We got a lot of folks in the travel industry that talk. I just don't want to be on AJ, I just put it this way. I ain't going to the Congo this year. Have you heard about all this Congo stuff?
Yeah, the Ebola and all that stuff.
So
yeah.
they've got an Ebola outbreak. And so now we're having to watch flights of anybody that's been there. They're trying to put this fire out and keep it contained to this very remote region near the Ebola River. Congo's seen this before. But so we've had a few incidents. There are folks, conspiracy theorists, that think they're trying to generate another scare. Ebola doesn't lend itself to that. Before COVID, we had natural events that happened and they got dealt with. That's not new. So they're dealing with it. And again, it's a story we've seen before out of the Congo. But the people in the Congo, every culture has their ways and ways of doing things. And a story I was reading this morning, last night, there's a an Ebola treatment center that has been put up by the international community there to take these patients in and try to help them maybe survive it. It is potentially survivable for a lot of people. It kills them instantly, and it's a vicious death. It's awful. And but they had this containment Ebola center there in this region, and the Congolese people got pissed off because the way one of the bodies was being handled. You know, the scientists are trying to handle it in a sterile way to keep even dead bodies can hold the virus and be dangerous to the population there. So they're trying to, but the Congolese have their traditions and ways about their dead. And there was a riot, and they burned down the damn, uh, they burned down the Ebola virus center, set it on fire.
Hey, it had Ebola in it, so I mean,
It's like had Ebola and had all them white scientists in there. Really, it's a lot of Chinese folks that are there working this stuff. So you got all these scientists there trying to help these folks. There's a barrier there of some sort, probably more cultural than anything. And the people did not like the way that body was handled. So they went and burned down the one thing that keep the rest of them from getting Ebola. So you can bet that story's going to be in the news in the days to come until the fire is put out and maintained in that country. But it was in the news again today. And again, there were some cases brought here to the United States. I think one to Kansas and one to Atlanta, where the CDC's headquarters is. There could have been a couple of flights diverted because of suspicion of passengers on a plane. I just hope they get this thing put out before I have to travel again by air. Alabama Bass bringing you the show tonight. Let's talk. John and those guys, well, look, the business itself has been around for 40 years. They've got 4 decades of experience in improving people's homes and bathrooms. Over that time, the technology's just improved. And now with these new slip-proof surfaces, it's amazing to me that you can soap that thing up and it's still designed in a way not to be slippery. And they've thought through the shelving and the handles and everything that goes with it so you can stabilize yourself. Get in there and get that done. Get that comfortable, independent feeling and know that you're refreshed and clean. That's what they do at Alabama Bass. Their prices are better than their big corporate competitors. Their service is way friendlier because they're good local folks. Again, 4 decades in the business. They'll take their time, let you decide. There's no pressure. They don't put you in a hot box and try to make you decide based on some deal they're offering. They don't do that take it or leave it stuff. They give you their price, tell you what they can do for you. When you're ready, they'll come knock it out in 2 days. They put it all in one day, then come back and pressure test after it cures the next day, and then you're good to go. And you've got a beautiful system that looks better than what you have and gets your freedom and independence back. Maybe somebody in your family needs this too. Mama might need this in the family, so consider that as a family, and they'll work hand in hand with you to make this happen for you. Same thing for our veterans. You know, if you're a veteran, this is not charity. The VA is not giving you something you don't deserve. If you've got a service-connected disability, that was part of your paycheck. So let them walk you through the steps to get that covered. The VA may pay for this whole install. Talk to him. John's a veteran over there. He gets it. It is alabamabass.com. In Pelham, alabamabass.com. That is James Brown meets AC/DC right there. Oh, give me some more of that right now. I think anything could be turned into a good Motown soul song, right? That's good stuff. They back in gold over at Alabama Gold Refinery. Y'all, if you want to get in the gold game, buy, sell, trade, whatever you want to do, Steve and his team are ready to help you out. It's a fair place, it's a safe place. They got all the security in place, competent place. You just don't find anybody with more knowledge than Steve on commodities and gold and what things are worth. Man, he can take you back 2,000 years and talk to you about how gold has always tracked and kept kept its value. And they'll do all the metals. They're gold, silver, platinum, any of those things. Buy, sell, trade. It's just nice to know there's a decent, honest place to go when you're ready to do these things, whether it's sell off some scrap stuff because the price is high right now and you can get some good cash, or some people are collectors and you want to buy even incrementally. Steve's good like that. You can go pick up some every now and then. Before you know it, you've made a nice collection. Pretty smart thing to do against future inflation or other stupid things. It's Alabama Gold Refinery, AGR, over in Homewood, right next to the real across the street from that big Regions building in Homewood on 29th. Y'all go see them do that thing. It's Alabama Gold Refinery. All right, war drums are starting to beat again with this Iran situation, and it could be a head fake, but it looks like there's some positioning going on. It wouldn't be surprising to me that we don't have strikes, more Iranian strikes before the weekend's over. You never know, though. It's not like Trump to telegraph either. So, bottom of the hour, back here in just a minute. Leland Live, y'all stay tuned. Man, AI's got some soul. You know what's funny about this song? I was down in the shop working the other day, and Jessica's youngest, we're attached at the hip sometimes. He wants to start working out. He's just aging into sort of wanting to work out. So I'm down there. He's in my little gym down there, and I'm teaching him some things and some techniques and stuff. And he has headphones on, AJ. He's listening to some music, and he can't hear me half the time. And I'm going, no, do two more. And then we're just talking about it. And I'm like, what are you listening? I said, what are you listening to? He goes, Eye of the Tiger. I was like, I had a little tear come to my eye. I was like, yes, the next generation gets it. Best workout song ever.
Now the question is it AI he's listening to?
Yeah, I hope not. It's this. I hope it's not this version. You gotta have the original Survivor version to really pump some.
Man, and when I say that music video was so cheap, it's just them walking.
Oh, it's terrible. It's terrible. The movie's awesome though.
Yeah, it is.
Give me some more of that. Look, Eye of the Tiger. Look, Eye of the Tiger. This is a good running song, like I run anymore. But it's got a good beat to it if you want to get out there and run. All right, it's 5:36. Here we go, 5:36 as we roll on down the road on this little rainy, nasty Friday before Memorial Day. Y'all, Thomas is all tied up or they're busy doing something, but I'm going to talk to y'all about them myself today. This is a great little operation that can get that mortgage done for you. Low-key approach. You know, some of these mortgage folks, they want to get all your data before they'll answer any questions, especially the online stuff. You want to go online and check a rate. You can't just check a rate. They're going to find out everything you want. You know, what's your income, what's your house worth. They're trying to vet you. They're not going to do that at Stockton Mortgage. They'll just pick up the phone and talk to you about what you want to do, give you some game scenarios. Are you a veteran? Are you a first-time buyer? What's your sitch? They'll walk through that with you. They know the programs that might be good fits. And then from there, if you want to engage and really get after it, roll up your sleeves. Maybe you want to pre-position yourself and move some stuff around on your credit to improve your score. They can guide you on that. Then you pull the trigger and get approved, and boom, you're house shopping. And you got the money to do it. You know you got the money to do it because the stressful part's done. They do that all the time. And they don't want to tell you no. They're not there to turn you down and hang up with the phone. That's not good business. They want to get you to the close. They do it all the time for this audience. It's savewithstockton.com, savewithstockton.com. Here's Double R on a cell phone. What's up, Double R?
Hey, Leland. It's like AJ knew to segue me with Eye of the Tiger there.
There it is. That's how you do it. All us old guys.
Hey, Matt.
Yep.
Yeah, old guys here. Speaking of Eye of the Tiger and fight, I was just thinking, watching all those commercials leading up to primaries, every single candidate, almost, I think except for Jared, they were always talking about how they're going to fight, want to fight. And my son and I were sitting here, and I said, you know what? Mima ought to get like the president, set up the octagon down in Montgomery, and UFC style. Let's just go and have it out. They all want to fight. I think I know who would be the winner of the Senate one, but
yeah.
I just want to run that idea by you.
Have a little octagon action down there. Did y'all hear? I'm not trying to make fun of Kay Ivey because she's old as dirt, but I hope to make it that long. But she really sounded rough in that audio we're playing on the news. I mean, you know, it's just part of the job. But I don't know how they've kept her going. That we got a Joe Biden situation right now, and we got to ride it all the way to next year.
I think you're right.
It's just true.
What big shout out to 99.5 and Andrew especially. I just got back from Florida vacation, and the weather just starting to come in. I hear Andrew say, "Hey, might be a tornado."
Yeah.
And I turned on one of the local stations, and they're playing some kind of financial guy on there. I just remember growing up here, and my favorite was Channel 6, but just not what it used to be, man. It just seems like they parrot everything, and you know, thank y'all for having the pulse on stuff like this.
Well, thanks, man. We try to do, we try not to miss stuff. It's hard to be here all the time, but we're here live 13 hours a day. If something comes up during our watch, we're going to try to get the word out. For sure. That's our job.
Yeah. Thanks, buddy. Love the show.
Double R. Thank you, man. That's how you do it. For the record, Jack reached out and said that was the original Eye of the Tiger. He's listening right now. He was pumping iron to Eye of the Tiger. That was the one thing I forgot to give him advice on was, a good music set list?
Oh, you got to have a good music set list.
What would be on your? What's the thing you work out to? I don't want to talk about the news anymore. Let's just talk about nonsense.
It really just varies. Sometimes, if I really want to just kind of go some real like in the gutter, like I'm just getting some aggression out.
Is it angry and aggressive? Like it depends on if you're lifting or running.
Yeah. So it just depends on my mood. I throw a little rock, little hip hop, little gangster rap. Sometimes a little. I do a mixture of stuff. So, but then like if I'm looking at myself in the mirror, then I got like some like old school, some R&B. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I got you.
I got some rhythmic stuff.
I got you. Just depends.
Just depends.
Got to be in the mood.
Yeah, got to be in the mood.
I used to always have to work out to music, especially if I'm in the gym, because it kind of cuts down the gym noise.
Yeah.
And I'd have one playlist for aerobic kind of stuff, like running or riding the bike or whatever.
Nobody says aerobic no more.
Well, I'm old. Shut up. Cardio.
So
they call it cardio now.
No one says aerobic.
Pitch today. We used to call that aerobic exercise.
Well, I can see you with some tights.
Calisthenics.
With a sweatband on your head.
Hey, man, I will bring it old physical. I'll bring out some Olivia Newton-John and the damn leg warmers. I don't care. Hey, I'll put them Richard Simmons little shorts on and get after it.
Come on now. Let's
you
fix
can
it all
do it,
these.
sweetie. Is he still around? Is he
No,
died?
he passed. Yeah.
I think he did, yeah. It proves all that damn exercise ain't going to save you. Richard Simmons kicked the bucket. This dude exercised his whole life. Is Jack LaLanne still around? He's been gone for a while too, hasn't he?
Yeah, I don't think he's swimming like, pulling boats and stuff anymore.
Yeah, man. So I had a different playlist for one, but then lifting weights, it was always just hardcore, aggressive, angry music. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't get to do that. You know what I work out to now?
What's that?
Here's what it's the truth. Because I have to, if I'm going to get the cardio, see, I said cardio. If I'm going to get that in the morning, I try to get my 10,000 steps. It takes me 3 miles to get to that every day. So I got to do 3 miles, on my little off-road trail through the property or out in neighborhood next door. I'll try to get 3 miles. Jessica goes with me almost 90% of the time. In fact, she's pushing me to do it now. She used to hate it. Now she's making me go. So I used to always have music on, and now I have to keep the news on in the morning so I know what's going on. So I'm pretty much listening to our morning show while I'm out walking. I'm trying to get pumped up to really sweat, and I got Dixon in my ear going,
that's why you eat potato chips.
Have you tried the new Doritos flavor? We've got a new Doritos flavor coming out. It's mango tartar sauce. And I'm like, yep, this is why I'm not getting my heart rate up, because and Val's like, Richard.
And then Steve West got a little race joke in there somewhere.
Yeah. I love our morning show, but what I'm saying is I have to listen to my own radio station in the morning, or the news. We're trying to stay on top of things all day.
Yeah. Now there's times where I'll if I'm walking, because I got a nice little walking trail by my house, I'll go on the TuneIn app, and sometimes you can listen to radio stations from other countries, and I just want to see like what are the other stations like? they
Well, you listen to Telemundo?
No, I'm listening to like people in Iceland, and I'm trying to. And they're like,
they talk funny.
I'm like, what? I'm like, and sometimes they talk really low. Like, who was
like the
listening to
NPR
this?
of Iceland.
Yes.
So Bjorn,
that's what it's.
what do you think this morning?
It's kind of cold out here.
It's cold, eh? Oh, suddenly we're in Wisconsin. I don't even know what we're doing right now. Yeah, I gotta up my playlist. I need to go back to hitting the music. I gotta hit it a little harder because I ain't having any results.
Yeah. Now when I cut my grass, sometimes I listen to like some like some Isley Brothers or something like that.
Yep.
Dude,
I was on the tractor the other day. This thing's got a radio in it, so it's a game changer because I don't have to wear the sort of earbuds or headphones while I'm doing yard work and stuff. I'm out doing a woods project, right? So I'm listening to yacht rock, man. I'm listening to Ambrosia, picking up trees. You're the biggest part of me. I'm like, why am I into this? Some days you just change your mind. Some days you want to roll easy.
right.
I'm easy like Sunday morning, and then by the end of the day, it's Megadeth. When I start getting tired, I got to have the Megadeth.
Somebody, get me out of this hole.
Take a mortal man. I got Ozzy going down. Danny Knowles is as old as I am. We graduated high school together. It's hard to believe we've gotten this old together. We got to hang out a little bit Friday night. He had his boys there, had his team there. Look, this guy has become a huge success in his business, and I think it's his character. It's his no nonsense. Tell people what they need to hear. Don't beat around the bush, and that's what you want with your financial advisor. You want competence, but you want them to shoot straight with you and not just be trying to angle to get your portfolio for this and that. Danny did not build the success of his business on those kind of tactics. So if you need a change or you don't have professional management, or there are all kind of scenarios, you're just starting out or you're on the other end of the equation, you've already retired, you've got control of your plan now, you'd like a pay raise, just meet with them. Sit down and meet with them. See if it's a personality fit. See if you like what you see there and what you hear. And I think you will. And what you've got is a guy who's been doing this for decades, got an incredible track record by the numbers, but the exact right approach as a person. He has raised he and Sherry, I give her most of the credit. They have raised some fine young men that are also in the practice with their father. And I love that. I love these. Several of our businesses here on the show are 1 and 2 generation where the family's going to keep it going. And that's people that are committed. They're not fresh hires that are burnt out and want to go find another job. This is a family that's learned from the best. And that's my man, Danny Knowles. So set an appointment. Y'all sit down and, break bread, have a cup of coffee, go hang out at their office and see what he can do with you, for you. It's the Knowles Group. And listen to their show this weekend, too, Understanding Your Money, theknowlesgroup.com. Back for one more segment after this. Billy Joel. Let's hear. Come on, give me some of that. We got time. You know what's funny about the original Piano Man song? It's got a bunch of harmonica in it. I'm like, really? You remember how it goes?
Yeah. I do vaguely remember how the song goes, yeah.
Michelson Laser Vision bringing you the show tonight. Y'all go get your eyes checked and look into this. That's a pun. I know it. I do say it every night. Just look into it. It's your due diligence. It's considering it with some information. And they don't give you a sales pitch down there. It's a medical procedure. They've got an obligation to tell you all sides of it. And it was the thing that helped me make the decision. It was an education. They have a program so you know what you're getting into. So it describes the procedure, the aftercare, the risk and benefits. And that was what made me understand it. I would not have done it. I'd have just gone in there for a visit. They probably would have come on the show. I wouldn't have an eyewitness testimony, another pun, to how much it has changed my life to be able to see 2015 for all these years. And people ask me, if you had to do it again, would you do it? And I'd do it tonight if I thought I needed it. And there may come a time at my age where I've got to get to another correction. But like I said the other day, I've got friends that I went down to Michelson 15 years ago and can still see as well as they did the day of the surgery as well. Do yourself a favor if you're in glasses or contacts and consider it. And don't just think about it. Go get the appointment, learn about it, understand the whole thing, and then make your decision. You may decide not to. They may decide you're not a good candidate. I'm trying to prepare you for that. It's the easiest visit ever, easy facility to get in and out of at UAB Highlands. And you're working with the best in the business, Dr. Mark, the legend, and his daughter, Dr. Jennifer, soon to be legend. She's going to probably be taking over the whole practice one day, and they're just doing remarkable work. And that team around them are just the kindest, best, most caring people. They're so helpful and efficient with your time. When you go in there, it's not hours. You're in, you're out. They take good care of you and get you on your way. They know time's valuable for them and you. It's michelsonlaservision.com, downtown UAB Highlands, michelsonlaservision.com. Man, that Piano Man song reminded me, there's an amazing documentary. I saw it probably a year and a half ago, but I think it was on HBO. It's just on Billy Joel. It's just sort of his side of all the stuff in his life. And I thought I knew all those stories because, my generation kind of grew up on that music. He was always around since childhood. Pretty amazing story. It was well done. Some of these documentaries get repetitive and kind of drawn on, but this one is pretty good. Here's something I did not see earlier, and Jessica just sent it to me. Glad she did this. AJ, would you buy meat from Walmart?
What do you mean by meat from Walmart?
Go buy a big old steak from Walmart.
Yeah, I've done that before.
We have too, and I used to be haughty about it, but when the prices are better, the prices are better. Well, something called Fox News Live, they just put a story out saying this guy that won the James Beard Award, the big restaurant award, he just said Walmart was the best place to buy USDA prime beef in America. What? That's got to be a help to Walmart. His name is Chris Shepard. He's a chef and says their partnership with McLaren Farms gives them access to some of the best Black Angus beef in the world, and the prices are more affordable. So they've got some direct pipeline to some, I guess, grass-fed good beef. Because you hear all these stories about the way they weigh it. We got a guy that used to call here and say they were cheating people on the scales and whatever. But I used to be a little, because it just seems so everything seems so mass-produced in there. But, man, meat's meat.
Hey, now we know who has the meat.
Those Impossible Meat people, they just went out of business, didn't they? That crap didn't last long.
I mean, first of all, it's we're in the business of branding, right?
Oh, yeah.
When you come out with a product and you call it Impossible Meat,
yeah,
like that doesn't sound appealing. That's lab-grown meat.
Well, that's where they came from,
delicious.
Yeah. I remember we had a friend, a colleague of ours years ago, they were like, buy that stock. It's incredible. Mm-hmm. It's going to change the world. I was like, dude, it's literally called Impossible Meat. It'd be impossible for me to eat that.
Right. I mean, and then on top of that, if it's grown in a lab, right? What's the studies like? What stuff are they putting in this thing to reproduce this meat byproduct?
I don't know, man. I don't want to eat any gray meat. Allen and Company, by the way, bringing you the show tonight. There's no segue between meat and Allen and Company, so let me just dive right in. Beautiful place to get your stuff, and if you have fine jewelry, and most people do, you got to get it cleaned sometimes, maybe resized. Chains are going to break, stones are going to go missing from that set, and Allen is so good. He's so talented at matching things up, even exotic things that from time to time can get loose on you. So consider them, even if you're not in the market to go buy a new engagement setting or a ring upgrade or anything like that. And can just consider them for your routine stuff, because everything stays in their hands. They don't have to ship it anywhere. They've got their own vault. Allen does the work. He loves being hands-on. He tries to turn it around within one business week at Allen and Company. Just take a look. Allen and Company, they're in Vestavia on the big hill right there on that big, if you're going through the business district in Vestavia, it's one big sort of strip on that hill. And they're on the right side if you're going up the hill. They're on the left side if you're going down the hill. Allen and Company. Go see the Thompsons. Again, good to see them last week at our event. And they've just always been such a big part of our show. And I always look forward to our Christmas event there, because I know Christmas time is around. Man, that'll be here before you know it. Summer's right on us. Kids are all out of school. Aren't they all out by now?
I think pretty much.
And so here comes summertime, even though the calendar doesn't say it yet. Yeah, a little while ago I was talking about summer plans. We haven't heavily promoted it yet because I got to get all the details of the schedule, but I'm doing another road show this year. And some of that I'll be on vacation. We're going to take the show on the road. Audience has been wanting us to do it since we did it. I think it's been 3 years since I've been able to do it. So that's my big travel this year. It's just the American West. So I'm heading back out west. We're going to revisit some things that we've done before, mainly because now we've got this Talk TV, and we got the cameras, and I've got some relationships with some of these fun places that we've visited in the past. So I'm busy every day trying to set these things up. So look for us after July 4th, and give us time to conclude the schedule, and we'll tell you all about that. And we're going to take you all with us through Talk TV, and we'll be promoting that and telling you all about it coming very, very soon. We called it Leland Live on the Road. I kind of wanted to call it my Hippies and Cowboys tour, because we'll be hanging out with some cowboys. I'm doing some music stuff while we're out there too. It's just going to be a big old summer. That's our summer plan. You got any big plans this year? You traveling, doing stuff?
Man,
family stuff?
Man, I need to.
You gonna do any cruises?
No, no, I'm not doing any cruises. I was supposed to be going to Europe in June, but you're going to push that into October. So.
Oh, you're going to move that to the fall. That's a better time to go, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
It's hot and crowded over there in the summer, like everywhere else. Y'all, one more time, speaking of the weather, Storm Restoration ready to help you. If you wind up one of these storms this weekend and you got a roof issue when it's over, y'all need to have this phone number. I'm stalling for you so you can write it down. This is Greg Nelson. His company's called Storm Restoration. This man's been doing it almost 30 years. Somehow the dude has 10 kids. He's got them working in the business. America. He's got his sons up there on the roof. His daughters are helping with the adjusters. This is another 2-generation family business, and he absolutely knows his stuff and will give you a straight answer, help you with your insurance companies, even help you with financing if there's a big old claim and a big deductible. Storm Restoration Roofing, 205-542-3531, 205-542-3531. Put that somewhere you can get to it if things get sideways with you through the rest of the spring season. Storm Restoration Roofing. All right, AJ, that's it, man. Are y'all live tonight on Breaking Bread?
Well, yes. Yeah, we're live.
Breaking Bread.
Live all the day.
All the way live. We'll see y'all next week.
Stay dry out there.
Yep.
Happy Memorial Day. Stay safe. Don't drink and drive, because I ain't got no bail money.
That's right. Don't call us.
Don't call us, but we'll talk about you on the radio.
Yeah.
Goodbye, AJ.